Hello there. In this particular video, we are going to look at the parseFloat function, the built-in method or the JavaScript function that convert a string into the floating point number. So let's dive in and see that how it works. So here's the definition of parseFloat. That is, it is a JavaScript function, right? So it is already available in the JavaScript. You need not to define it, right? And that parses a string and returns a floating point number, right? So you get a decimal number as a result. It looks at the string from the beginning and parses until it hit a character that's not the part of the number. That means it starts from left to right and it passes the number or the character until any non-numeric character hits, right? So the parse float bracket string, this is the basic syntax of using it. This string is what? It is a value that you want to parse into a floating point number, right? So let me give you some of the example by which you can get the better understanding. So what we do, we normally write parse float, then we put a bracket here. Inside of this we write the 3 point, let's say anything, any number, any decimal number, like this, right? So since it is what it is, a string and having some value inside of it, I want to convert it into a numeric, right? It floating. So for that we are using it. Let me show you that how it works. So I'll write the console.log bracket. Inside of this I'm going to put it like this, and then if we go to the console, you can, okay, string is not defined. Okay, fine. So what problem we have faced is that here we are having this problem, right? Okay, now if you go, you will see I'm getting the floating point number as a result. Earlier it was a string, it is now a numeric. So if you can see, this is the violet color, right? So violet color is normally shown in the console when it gives a number, but if it gives a character, in that particular case we get a white color number, right? So like that. Now coming forward, let me give you some of the more cases. Like if I remove this particular number and if I write 2.5 xyz, anything like this, right? If I go here, you can see I'm getting only 22.5 as a result. Why? Because I have told you that it gives the result only until a non-numeric character hits, right? Since x is a non-numeric character, that's why it is stopped the execution from x, right? And it has shown me the result up to 22.5 like this, right? So I hope you get it from here also. Now let's talk about some of the very important cases. That is, if I put a lot of space in the starting and if I write 45.6 then, and then I put a lot of space, then what do you think? Will it make any change? No, it will not. These spaces are not count inside the function, right? So this you need to understand. Now if I write any character here, like if I write hello here, right? It is having all the non-numeric character, no numeric. In that particular case, you can see I'm getting not a number as a result, right? Now if I write 2 here, even then also it will not show me any result. Why? Because it starts from left to right first, and the moment it gets a non-numeric character, that is h, it stops the execution, right? So like that, if I write it in the starting like 2, in that particular case I'm getting the 2 here, right? So like this it works fine. Now if I write, let me show you one more example, the last example, as 12.34.545, right? So I'm having two different dots, right? So in that particular case, what do you think I'll get? I get only 12.34. That means it stops at the second dot. It stops here because this dot is a non-numeric character. So in the beginning, first it gets, when it gets a dot, it complete its task, its complete execution. But when it gets a second dot, it stops its execution, right? So this is how your parse float work, and this is the complete definition and explanation of the concept. I hope you get it. If you do, then make sure that you hit the like and subscribe button. We'll meet in the next video very soon. Till then, goodbye.